Good morning everyone, Philip from Blackpool Markets here. Hope you're doing well. Haven't done an update in quite some time. We have been very active on our Instagram and Twitter, so do give us a follow there. We recently just released a video on the WTI, which we will be covering in this video as well. So again, the update on this will be our technical analysis, so I'll take you through it. We've got a couple of pairs to look at, and we'll dive straight into it. So you can see here, the first pair we have is the AUD CHF, the Aussie Swiss Franc. Now, this is the daily time frame. We had this nice sort of downwards wedge forming. We did see a breakout, so we could see some potential moves to the going higher. But however, in these sort of patterns, we always do have, actually I'll probably just use this over here. We always do have sort of these stops along the way. You can see it has slowly come to that area right now, and then another one over here. So they don't. Sometimes they don't always give us the cleanest moves to the upside. These can also give us a nice sort of area to take profit, or also to start another move further to the downside, as we are on this sort of a messy but downwards trend at the moment. So that these could give us that sort of area to look for those pivot points. And obviously, if we do break past them, we do have this high sort of area over here at the 0.73720 mark. So if we look here on the go a little bit further back, we can see it has offered us previous support. Just get rid of that. Yeah, so you can see here it has offered around about this area, has given us a previous resistance and support areas. So this is a very key area, again the 0.73720 area. And moving on to our next pair would be the Aussie Japanese Yen. So you can see here sort of also a bit of a consolidating pattern, not quite broken out yet. This is the daily time frame as well. We can see it has sort of formed inside this channel. So we're looking for a breakout either to the up or to the downside. Currently we can see we are sitting at a very nice strong resistance area, which has offered us a previous support back in September 2018. So it is a nice key level. We could see a move. If we do see a move to the downside, we could see it fill this wick. But if we do go to the upside, we do have this nice little resistance area over here for it to look to take potential trade profits around the 82.127 level. Moving on to our Canadian Swiss franc, which is the next pair. There it is. So you can see here we have sort of head and shoulders, not quite, but it is on a nice support level. We can see it is starting to move to the upside now. This is the 4-hourly time frame. So if it does move to the upside, we could see it sort of head around, starting to stall around this area over here. You can see it has offered us previous, with this nice head and shoulders, previous resistance and support areas. This is the 0.75046 that I've got charted here on my chart. We can also see we can potentially wait for a further confirmation of a break of this, almost looks like a channel, to be honest, of this level over here before we can look for moves to the upside, which doesn't give us quite a lot of movement. But if it does break further to the downside, we could see it hit this low over here. I would say here, using these sort of areas as a support, we can see it has used that for a wick before over here as well. So this is a nice key area for us to look for the move to go to. If it does break past, we have a long way down before there's any sort of support or any resistance sort of areas as well. So this could offer us a nice sort of double bottom, and then to maybe take a trade or look for a move to the upside as well. So a couple of nice options there. And the next one we'll be looking at is the Canadian Japanese Yen. Let's have a look at that. Again, a nice channel has broken out, sort of given us a little bit of resistance here at this level. This is due to this. You can see this where it touched this channel is a bit of a did cause a bit of sideways consolidation, so we can see it's sort of struggling to break through. Like I mentioned in the first one we're looking at, these sort of patterns have got all these little stops along the way that could give us actually give us nice opportunities to re-enter this move to the upside or to the downside, whichever way the pattern is forming. So at this moment we can see if it does break past, we could see another nice move to the top side, back to this high over here, which also was a nice sort of resistance slash support area back in December 2018. But if it uses this, we could actually see this make a nice little head and shoulders. If it is unclear, I'll quickly show you here. So this is our one shoulder, so we could see it move down and then continue further higher as well. So that could be a nice head and shoulders pattern, nice setup over there, catch a nice bigger move. On the smaller time frames, you could possibly even be looking at taking trades in between these areas. So like the hourly time frame, you can see, I'll just zoom out a bit, you can see it's quite a lot of movement. At the moment we have about 70, 80 pips move. That could be quite nice for us to catch those. So yeah, on the shorter time frames, these daily patterns do give us nice moves as well. And then moving on to our Euro Japanese Yen. So again, a nice channel to the upside. We could, this is a 4-hourly time frame. So again, on a 30-minute time frame, perhaps we could look for nice moves between these channels to give us sort of shorter time frame trades, maybe like day trades or something, and then wait on the higher time frame for it to break out of this channel, either to the up or to the downside for further moves. If we do see a break to the downside, do keep in mind we have this rather strong support / resistance area here, which you can see it has caused previous consolidation, a couple of attempts to break out of the zone here. So this can be a nice place to put your take profit levels, or a good target for the market to come to once it's broken out of this channel. But if it keeps continuing, we could see it move further higher in this channel. Could be a nice sort of couple of trades we can take here until it reaches this area over here, which is another nice support / resistance area around about the 126.095 level, which I've got here, which could be a good move. And then moving on to our GBP CAD. So this is the 30-minute time frame. You can see it. We had this move to the downside retracement, which created this nice resistance / support, broken through, and now used it as a resistance to maybe, if we look to come further down, we could see it hit this area before for a nice this area could cause it to slow down a bit, and then if it does break, we could see move further higher. So I do expect that little bit of slow down before either breaking or bouncing on that, as this area has offered us previous. You can see here, get rid of that, you can see it has caused us previous consolidation. So it is a strong area for support at the moment. If it does break to the top side, however, we can see here we can expect a little bit of consolidation as we've had it here before. We can see it's sort of struggling in the zone to move out, and then obviously if it breaks further higher, we do have this nice zone at the top over here for a nice area for the market to move to the upside. So again, two options, to the top and to the downside. Just need to wait for those either confirmation candles, or if you've got indicators on there that help you, assist sort of your signals to enter or when to expect the move to start to initiate itself. And then moving on to the next pair, which is WTI. Like I said, we just did a video on that on our Instagram and Twitter, so have a look at that. Let's get rid of that. So a nice channel we've had, a break to the upside. I'm pretty much just going to cover what I mentioned in the video. And we can see here, also mentioned on the daily or the weekly time frame. We'll just go to the daily, get rid of all these lines quickly. It is actually a Fibonacci retracement as well. So starting from the top over here, coming down to the low, you can see it is reaching, or it's approaching that 61.8%, getting very close to it. So this could cause us to see a slowdown. You can see on all the previous Fibonacci areas it has sort of slowed down and caused support / resistance areas. You can see here on the 50%, the 38.2%, here on the 23.6%, did break past but then come to retest and sort of struggle between these zones, broken past the 38.2, used it as a support, and now we can see a bit of consolidation on the 50%. So we could see a similar sort of situation here on the 61.8%. If it does break high, usually for me, once it goes past the 70%, we could see the move to continue further higher until we reach this top over here. But you can see here on the 61.8%, we do have this previous sort of support area, so this could cause a nice strong resistance as well. So this could be a key zone to look for either for the market to turn around, or sort of consolidate, looking for a good setup again to continue the move to the top side. But if we do get something like an engulfing candle to the downside, or reversal sort of candle pattern, this could be a good move as well. Or even on the lower time frames, we could see something like a double top forming, or a head and shoulders forming as well, using this as the left shoulder, moving up and then coming down as for a right shoulder. But this is later through the week. and we need to wait for the markets to sort of speed up. But if we do see a swell on this and look for it to continue higher, something I'd personally look for would be, we've had this sort of zone here. We can see it hit that 61.8%, and we can see it retest the zone before moving further higher, using that strength of the bounce to break through that 61.8% to continue further higher in this very nice sort of bullish market we've had recently since January, actually, so sort of the start of this year, which has been has also offered us really couple of nice moves, entries as well to the top side. Now moving on to our last pair, which is the US 30. Not quite sure when I did post this, but we did post sort of Elliott wave analysis on this US 30. This is the 4-hourly time frame. You can see it's followed it nicely. We had this triangle forming. Looks like the D wave was not quite as long as we expected it to be, but still following the rules quite nicely. E wave did form a very nice zigzag pattern, and then we started moving up this for this fifth wave. So this does look like it's the wave 1 of wave 5 forming. So we're still waiting for that internal wave 5 of the wave 1 to finish. This is sort of the labeling I have. Obviously it's still going to develop as the chart moves, but you can see other than that it is a very nice pattern. Obviously, and then after our fifth wave is complete, we can look for a move further to the downside. If it is a sharp correction, something like a zigzag, a double zigzag, or if a flat occurs as well, we can look to wait for that wave A and wave B to complete, and then we know wave C is always a 5-wave structure, so that could be a nice move to catch to the downside. Now, usually a correction does most of the time sort of correct back to the previous 4th wave, so we could see it, finish this wave 5 and then correct all the way down to this zone over here of the 4th wave, which is the 12513.8 level. So again, sort of a small round number, but nonetheless it is a psychological level. We can see it did bounce pretty much perfectly on this initial A wave of the triangle, so that again proves us to be a nice psychological level. We can see it has used it previous times, coming close to it before using this level as well. So just wait for this move to continue. We could look for if you want to trade on the smaller time frame, so like the 30 minutes, we'll just quickly fix that. We can see we've got our wave 4, so we can wait for a retracement here around this 4 area. We can see this actually caused a very nice sort of sideways consolidation, so this looks like it could have been a flat correction or a running triangle of some sort. So we could see it test this area and look for a move to catch the top side for a nice little move. But once this is finished, like I said, we could look for a move to the downside. If it's not a sideways correction, we could catch it and hopefully get a very nice move out of it. But that is it for this update. Not too long video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Like I said, if you do like our videos, do give us that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. If you have any of your analysis you want to let us know about, please do comment it down below. We'll be more than happy to check it out and respond on it, either via our Twitter or Instagram or YouTube as well. And then also don't forget to click that subscribe button followed by the bell icon to be the first to be notified of whenever we release new videos. And if you do have any questions, feel free to contact us. Our contact details will be provided down below in the video. Or if you want, you can go to blackbullmarkets.com, click on the little green button at the top that says live chat. Support team will be there to help you. If you prefer to contact us over email or over the weekends, feel free to. You can email us at support@blackbullmarkets.com and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Alright everyone, thanks very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week of trading. Looks like it's going to be a good week. From everyone here at Black Bull Markets, safe trading.